Chenka, lads and lasses, how's it going? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with a cheeky little video for you previewing the Brighton versus Manchester United game tomorrow in the Premier League from the Amex Stadium, which is one of the worst names of a stadium. It's just a shitty credit card. But anyway, I hope you're all good. Let's see who's in here. Let me just give it a cheeky little refresh and see who we've got waiting in here patiently for me to get going. Charles Smith, how you doing, man? Kayam, what's crack-a-lackin'? Yes, I was just checking if there was any Arawamba-Sackers in my house, any spiders around. Ryan Burberspin9 says, Becky, Mark, Kayam, Mark, Charles, great to see you all. Paul van der Beek, Becky, Hope. Who else is in there? Ellie, I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Ola Billy, Terha, 11 Ken, Ibsidat, Alfie Muns, and everyone else. Shout out to all you legends for stopping by and getting in here today. We are previewing the game tomorrow. Of course, United have to get back on track, and we'll get into all the reasons why we will do that in this video. Please do us a favour if you're watching right now and smash that like button. Leave a cheeky little thumbs up on the video if you can. That'd be sick of you. Right then, come on, let's sort it out. Let's just get straight in there with the prediction for the game. No fanning around until the end of this video. Let's just talk about what I think's going to happen in this game. We're going to smash them up, lads and lasses. It's going to be 2-1 to Manchester United. I know that doesn't really sound like we're smashing them up, but away from home, Brighton on the back of a good win against Newcastle, they're not to be trifled with really at the moment, especially United, who are reeling from that absolutely gash-tastic performance against Crystal Palace first day of the season, which was absolutely atrocious. Let's make no Phil Jones, no bones about this. This was absolutely gash-tastic, that game. Solskjaer needs to sort it out. Obviously, tactically, we were completely all at sea. Nobody really knew what tactic we were trying to play out there. And certainly defensively, it was atrocious because we had that bell sprout, Victor Lindelof, rooted to the bloody ground like an absolute tit. So he was a big problem for us in that game, which is why we conceded all those goals. But if you take him out the side, hopefully we'll be a little bit better. But the rest of the team just have to perform and step up. We made a lot of changes midweek in that game we had in the Carabao Cup third round against Luton Town, didn't we? Made a lot of changes, so we shouldn't really have any fitness issues or any concerns like that, really. I think everybody should be pretty fit and healthy for this game. The only concern that we should have in that department is just we're lacking that match sharpness. We don't have the same sort of level of development or progress so far in this season as some of the other teams, simply because we played a game less than them. Plus, we only had an absolutely meagre shitbag pre-season, which was just completely pointless, losing a game to Aston Villa with our B team. The weirdest pre-season ever. So it was not good preparation for this season. I think it showed in that Crystal Palace game. Of course, not getting players in and not having that extra boost in competition definitely does not help either. But just the overall performance from the boys was pitiful. Half the lads didn't turn up. I mean, people like James, I mean, they shouldn't even really be considered a starting player ever again, really, based on that sort of a performance. And even all the veterans, even like people like Bruno Fernandes, just were not quite up to the pace at all in that game. Pogba, etc., looked just like he still had the corona, to be perfectly honest with you. He didn't look too good out there, did he? A lot of the players struggled. The biggest issue was Victor Twataloff at the back row. Absolutely maring it all over the place. Double daymares, triple daymares, in fact, he had. It was a nightmare to see, and hopefully he won't be featuring anywhere near the team tomorrow. Anywhere near the team tomorrow. We don't want to be seeing Victor Lindelof. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you don't want Victor Lindelof in the freaking team tomorrow. Thank you very much, Jamie Loki, for your prediction. He says 7-0 to Brighton. Oh, my days. Mr. CLX says, best YouTuber out there. Nice one, dude. Thank you very much. Griffo Chaz, it's great to see you. Mark Voot, how are you doing, Mark? Good to have you in here too, pal. Smand Air thinks it's going to be 3-0 to United. Ryan Burberspin9, thank you, matey. Good to see you. Jonathan Gallagher says 2-1, Pig. Nice one, guys. There you go. Nobody wants to see Victor Twataloff in the side. Sorry, Victor Vindaluoff. That's what he should be called, really. Because he makes you crap at the back. Anyway, I've already done that joke, but it's true. He's awful. So he goes right through you, or should I say the ball goes right through him? I don't know. It's got a lot of things in common with Vindaloo. What I want to say is we should be dispatching of Brighton reasonably easy because we have a great set of players. We've got a very particular set of skills that I've acquired over a long career. And unfortunately, Solskjaer doesn't really have a massively particular set of skills that he's acquired over a long career. He's acquired it over a short career and he's having to learn. But hopefully we can go to Brighton and we can taken the points back to Manchester. That would be great. Do a right Liam Neeson jobby on them, you know what I mean? But anyway, no, it's going to be a difficult game. Brighton, like I said, they're on the back of a good win. United are obviously having a nightmare in terms of how we're looking recently. It took the big boys coming off the bench in that game against Luton to get the job done, really. We got that penalty, of course, which was a definite penalty. But really, we were quite poor for 75 minutes of that game also until Greenwood and Rashie came on and these lads. So, make no mistakes, we are going to have to turn up tomorrow. We can't do what we did in the game against Crystal Palace again. That would be completely a nightmare for us, and that would just put so much pressure on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at this stage of the season. 2 games in, if we don't get anything but a win, then we are screwed, lads and lasses. This is a must-win game. It's a must-win game. Get your score predictions in. I can see a few coming in. Ellie thinks it's going to be 1-1. I could see it happening, and I could see us definitely getting a horrible draw. It's going to be difficult for us to win this game, but we have got the class to do it, you think, on paper. But so did we in the Crystal Palace game. Matthew Adateo thinks it's going to be 3-0 to United. Nice one, Matthew Adateo. Thank you for having your say. Mr. Seniac says 3-2 United. Quinton Pulse, he comments 3-0 United. Bruno hat-trick, that would be absolutely sick. I'm going to sneeze again. Double sneeze attack. Sorry about that, lads and lasses. Shanawaz Khan comments, if we were match fit, then I would be confident, but we were very rusty, so really nervous. That's it. We need more match conditioning. Ollie Solskjaer said it himself a few days ago that we need to get 3 or 4 games under our belt, really, before we can get back to those peak performances that we were seeing in our good spell in the second half of last season. So I agree with that, really. We do need games. We're lacking. You can see that in the sharpness of the players. People like Igalo, who were looking really great last season for us. He just looked absolutely like a zombie the other day out there. He didn't look like he was performing to anywhere the degree that he can. Same goes for most of the other players as well in the game against Palace too. We just generally have been sleeping so far in this season, and it's gash. We need to do a lot better. Solskjaer needs to set the players up better. He needs to drop Victor Lindelof from the side for good, because we all know he's not United level. Okay, maybe as a backup or whatnot, it's going to be hard to get rid of him. It's going to be hard to get rid of the guy. What do we pay for him? Like 29 million or something? A lot of money we pay for Victor Lindelof. And I don't know how much money he's on per week, but I'm guessing it's 6 figures. I don't know. And who's going to come in and take him off of our hands? So really, we've got another surplus to requirements centre back there. Deadwood again. Nice one. So we need to get somebody else in the side. In terms of the selection of the team, I'm going to just put the selection of the team up on the screen in a second, lads and lasses. But everyone who's in here, Matt Taylor, Mark Voot, G Wolf, Jonathan Gallagher, Marco, Ellie, Vinny Searle, Paul Vanderbeek, please do us a favour and smash that thumbs up on the video. Give it a cheeky little like if you can. That would help us out massively. And get your thoughts and opinions in, your predictions in, and all that good stuff as we go along. Strip Bear, how's it going? He says, if Brighton win, there will be tears of or just rage. Probably tears of rage, my friend. Like Streets of Rage, but it's just crying instead. Yeah, that'll be an issue. Thank you, Matty Rushmeister. Great to see you in here, pal. Yes, so look, Brighton, let's get into it a little bit then. So in terms of the team selection, what I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to put out is different to what I want us to put out. I will show you what I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to do, and I will tell you what I think we should do. But this is the team that I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to put out. I'm just going to put it up on the screen there, lads and lasses, so you can see it. We've got David De Gea starting in goal. I think, yeah, he had a good game, really. First game of the season against Palace. It wasn't really his fault that we conceded 3 goals, so I think we'll be sticking with him. I'm looking at Luke Shaw at left back, because Luke Shaw's obviously the more experienced player we've got there at the moment. We haven't got no bloody Alexander Tellers in the side yet, that's for sure. He's not going to be coming to play tomorrow for that Brighton game, is he? No, because of our board's absolute gashtastic planning and preparation for this season. Gashtastic. Luke Shaw, Maguire and Bailly is going to be the centre-back pair, and we just know that. Of course, he played it against Luton. Very strong side, experienced. Bailly had a good game. I was impressed with Bailly. Definitely leagues ahead of Lindelof in terms of just defensive attributes and being able to challenge and win balls in the air and clear balls away. He reads it better. He's more athletic. He's quicker. Victor Lindelof's got his plus points as well. But in terms of just an out-and-out defender, Eric Bailly's definitely the more superior of the players. So I'd like to see Bailly and Maguire partner together. This is what I think Solskjaer's going to do anyway. But that is what I think we should do. He did say himself in the pre-match that, of course, Bailly is back to fitness now, and it's great to have him back in the side, and you're going to be seeing more of Bailly, and he's looking forward to seeing how Bailly's going to do this season. And it's always just been about the case that he's in and out the side with injuries. But if he's fit and if he can have a good season, this could be the making of Bailly now, because he's got an opportunity now. Victor Lindelof's a complete melt bag. Nobody wants to see any more of Victor Lindelof, including Solskjaer, I'm sure. He can't be trusting Victor Lindelof after that display the other day, can he? I mean, he might select Victor Lindelof. I'm not going to lie. This is something that he's been done a little bit last season. There are a lot of games where Lindelof had a nightmare last season and made a bunch of errors, but it didn't stop Ole Gunnar Solskjaer selected him in the next game. Now, maybe we didn't have all of the necessary depth there to deal with it. I don't know if Bailly was injured at the time. I can't remember, but still, though, we definitely shouldn't be playing Lindelof in this game. If he selects him, I'm going to be like, what the F, Solskjaer, really? I'm going to be like, what the F? But it wouldn't surprise me if he does select him, in all honesty. I mean, smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that Solskjaer is actually going to select Lindelof. Hopefully he won't. Hopefully he can't. He can't do that. But you know, Mikel Arteta, though, remember when we did a watch-along for some Arsenal game or some shit? I can't remember what it was now. And David Luiz had a complete stinker at the back, and he literally was responsible for like 2 goals. Like awful defending, gash-tastic. Was it the charity? No, I can't remember what game it was now. Some gash game featuring Arsenal anyway. And they got battered. And David Luiz just had a complete stinker at the back and gave the game away. And then Mikel Arteta stuck with him the next week. And he stuck with him again amidst criticism. And then what happened? Well, Mikel Arteta happened to do so. I don't know. David Luiz had a good run of form in those FA Cup semi-finals and the final and stuff. David Luiz was the tits for Arsenal. So I don't know if Solskjaer's going to stick with him. I hope not. There's a lot of ones coming in the live chat thinking that Solskjaer will actually go for him. Floating Man, how you doing? Strip Bear, Matthew Adateo all think that Solskjaer's going to select Lindelof. G Wolf and Jonathan Gallagher say no. Cress Welsing says 1, he will. Man, imagine this if he does. I am going to lose a bit of something for Solskjaer if he selects Lindelof on the back of that display against Palace. There's keeping faith in your player, but then there's also realising that over the course of a good couple of seasons, this guy's just not up to the standards. It's the same with Lingard. You can't be starting Jesse Lingard in games. He's too gash. You can't be starting James in games at the moment. It's just based on form, over longevity, over form. Not just a short period of form. No, the old adage is true. Class is permanent, form is temporary, all that shit. But this is not to do with that. They just don't have the class. They don't have the class to begin with, some of these players, I'm afraid. People like Jesse Lingard. Not the United class that we need anyway. And certainly Lindelof fits into that bracket. And if Solskjaer selects him, he needs his freaking head testing, to be perfectly honest with you. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think he is going to go with Bailly and Maguire. At right back, I mean, it picks himself, doesn't it? The Spider. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Of course, who else but the 8-limbed beast, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's a legend, that man, and he obviously is what was missing in the first game against Crystal Palace. Our right side was completely atrocious. We had Daniel James on the right wing, and we had Fosu Mensah, and it just wasn't up to it, you know. So you can't be starting Premier League games like that. This team here on the pitch right now that you see on the screen, I think is a lot better than the one we started first day of the season. That's a lot because we've got people who are more fitter now. Entertainment Platform just subscribed. Shout out to you for subscribing, man. Thank you very much for getting involved. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button. But also, you know, he's just obviously the best right back in the league, in my opinion. Let's talk about the midfield then, because this is what I think Solskjaer's going to do. And actually, it's not what I would do. I would actually do pretty much the same, but I would play Van der Beek instead of Pogba. But I do think that he's going to stay with Pogba. Pogba had an absolute stinker the other day, didn't he? It was reminiscent of some of his performances throughout his entire United career, to be perfectly honest with you. Very disappointing. Most of the time it is like that with Paul Pogba. But, you know, he's a great player on his day. Hopefully he can bounce back and he needs that confidence boost. Like anybody, I think we had a couple of players come on the other day in the Luton game and have a bit of a boost in confidence. Bruno certainly did. I think Rashford certainly had a nice boost coming on and finishing that goal off. Doesn't matter who you're scoring against. It's nice to score. It's nice to get that eye for goal and that goal scoring form back a little bit. And Greenwood obviously set one up and scored a sensational goal himself. So he's going to be brimming with a little bit more confidence now as well. Starting the season, there's always a little bit of of feeling that it's been a long time since you've played. We were the form team towards the end of the season last year, remember? But this season we look like one of the worst based on the first game. But it's only one game. We've got to get back into it now. But Pogba and Matic in the middle. I think Matic gives you that defensive guile. Pogba, I think he'll select Pogba. Just give him faith and maybe try and get the best out of him. He is on 300 grand a week at the end of the day, and he is Paul Pogba. He's a big name and all that. He's kind of got to play him. I don't know. I've just got a feeling he's going to select Pogba. Matic, of course, picks himself after the couple of performances we've seen from the midfielders other than Matic. Matic is the calmest, coolest customer we got there. He may only pass it sideways, but actually that's not true. I think he's changed his game over the last 6 or 7 months for United, and he definitely provides a good foil for Pogba. He would provide a good foil for Van der Beek as well. But effectively you want Matic to be that defensive midfielder and Pogba to be that more box-to-box midfielder, but still having defensive responsibilities, of course, and still working in tandem, but also being freed up by Matic to go forward. If you've got that defensive stability there, then you can do that. And of course, he can play in Bruno, Pogba, etc. So it's going to be, that'll be a much better look, stronger midfield than anything we've put out so far this season. So I think he's going to go with Matic and Pogba. I would go with Matic and Van der Beek. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Is that the midfield that you would select, or would you select somebody else? Okay, let's just say Matic chooses himself, because I think he's going to select Matic, and if he doesn't, he wants his head testing, because Matic should definitely play. But the other position, smash a 1 in the live chat if you want Pogba to start. Smash a 2 in the live chat if you want Van der Beek to start. Smash a 3 in the live chat if you want somebody else to start. Fred or McTominay or somebody like that. Smash a 1 on it for Matic, for Pogba. Mr. NOWT says 2. Jazzman says 2. Floating Man says 2. So you all want Donny van der Beek so far. JP comments 1, 2, 3. He wants them all. So you actually don't want Bruno, that means. I don't know. Jonathan Gallagher says, I would play 4-3-3. Interesting. Yeah, I think that might actually fit our team. But the problem is, I don't think Solskjaer's going to do that. The United way, what's crack-a-lackin', my friend? He says 2. Yes, that's probably Charles Smith 2, Matthew Adateo 2, Adabits 2, Becky Hope 2, Mr. NOW 2, Shavim Kashap 2. Bloody hell, lads and lasses. So nobody wants to see Pogba or anybody else start. You all want to see Donny van der Beek start the game. I do too. Of course I do. He looked good. He actually looked like one of the most lively players in our season so far. Pogba, of course, had a stinker the other day. I don't want to see Paul Pogba start, but I think Solskjaer's going to start him. I think Solskjaer's going to start him just because it's Paul Pogba, in all honesty. I hope he doesn't start Lindelof either. But that's what I'm going with there. And then the rest of the team, it really does pick itself, doesn't it? Because we've got Rashford on the left there, who scored the other day against Luton. Good to see. Hopefully he can have a better game, because he was invisible against Crystal Palace. He was absolutely gash. Bruno Fernandes, obviously in the hole, picks himself, was better against Luton when he came on, but, you know, he was also not very good against Palace, so hopefully a better performance from him. More of that swashbuckling leader's performance, that driving force of a performance we'll be looking for from Bruno. Mason Greenwood on the right, he has to start this one. He's got to start this one, and if he starts, I'm sure he will do very, very well, but surely he's selected himself in the team based on his last couple of performances, just coming on and doing bits for us, so I think he's got to play. There's no other good options right now. We haven't signed Jadon Sancho in this window. We haven't signed another right winger, so it's got to be Greenwood anyway, but he's good enough, so that's going to be it. And then Martial up top, he's got to be playing. I hope he scores, because if he doesn't, he could get himself into a little bit of a slump at the start of the season. You don't want a goal drought starting the season when you're Tony Martial. He's got to finish, he's got to start how he finished last season, where he was really confident, scoring nice goals, playing good football, and he's going to have to do that again very, very soon for us. I keep saying that Martial needs to kick on this season. He's got to get more goals. He's got to get more than 17 goals. He has to get, if you're going to be the number 9 for most of the season for United, you've got to get towards 30 goals in the league as far as I'm concerned, but certainly for him in a progressive season, 23 to 26 goals, somewhere around there. That's what you've got to be getting if you want to be a top class striker at Manchester United, my friends. We don't need any hangers on, and I'm sorry, people love Martial and I love him too, but is there a better number 9 for United who could bang in 30 goals a season? At this moment in time, yes, there is. He needs to develop and start getting towards those numbers. You know, Thierry Henry obviously took time to develop, and he played on the wing early on his career, and he turned into that ridiculous goal scorer. So I'm not saying that Martial can't do it. People always compare him to Thierry Henry as well, and they make good comparisons there. But he's going to have to do some bits soon to be compared to Thierry Henry. And this is the season for him to do it. He's got to start scoring those goals. I am going to say that he's going to score tomorrow. I do think that he's going to score tomorrow. So I'm going for 2-1. Get your predictions in the comment section, lads and lasses, for what you think the game's going to finish at. But I'm going for 2-1. I really do think Martial's going to get on the score sheet, and I think Bruno Fernandes is going to get on the score sheet. I think Greenwood's going to be instrumental. I'm hoping Rashford's going to be instrumental. And hopefully that midfield, whatever midfield we put out, whether it's this one with Pogba and Matic in, can perform better than it has done in the previous Premier League game. And if it's Donny van der Beek who's in there in Pogba, instead of Pogba, I'll be very happy with that, because I don't think Pogba deserves to play. This is just the team that I think Solskjaer's going to select. And also, Bailly and Maguire at the back, it has to be, really. There's no other options there. You have to put Bailly and Maguire. Do not select Lindelof, please, Solskjaer, otherwise I'm going to lose my shit. Quite frankly, I will lose it. So there you go, lads and lasses. I'll get rid of that. There's the predicted team for tomorrow that I think that we're going to put out against Brighton. We're away from home, remember. Will we be as... And that's why I've gone for that midfield, because it seems like a little bit more of a more... slightly more defensive edge midfield with Matic and Pogba there. They're both strong physically, etc. So I think that's why he's going to go for that. But who knows? He might put Donny in there instead. Or he could put Fred or somebody else in there instead. I mean, Fred actually looked pretty good the other day. Fred's actually a candidate for maybe being deserving of starting in this team at the moment based on form. So, yeah. Nice one, lads and lasses. There's over 100 of you watching this match preview right now. Cheers for everyone who's tuning in. If you can give it a share on social media, that would be absolutely sick. Thank you very much to you all for watching as well. And please do us a massive favour and smash that like button. Leave a cheeky little thumbs up on the video if you can. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes on the preview. It is just a preview for the shitty Brighton game, so there's not too much to really get into, but I will get into some more stats and information here just to share with you. But Mr. Silek says, who do you think will win the league? Unfortunately, I do think it'll probably be between the Scousers and City again this year. Numero Uno says 3 points with a clean sheet. Good man, Numero Uno. Cantonar 7, how are you doing? He says, think Donny could become a DM down the line? Yes, I do. I mean, he's very versatile, isn't he? We saw Solskjaer play him in the CAM role the other day, and he looked pretty good. I was loving his flicks and all this stuff that he was doing. Didn't quite work out for him, but he still had a good game, looked positive. And the other day when he was playing deeper against Aston Villa in the pre-season game, I was pretty impressed with how he did look quite solid defensively. So I do think he could be a decent DM, I do. That's why I would like to see it. I would like to see it in this game. I don't know if Solskjaer's going to experiment with that in this particular game when it's must win. But I think we'd all love to see that. We'd love to see Matic and Van der Beek. We'd love to see how Van der Beek can be a bit of a box-to-box player alongside Matic. I think he could be defensively sound, and he could also create for us. And also we got Bruno there. So really, we just need that defensive stability to be able to free up Bruno. That's the key. Free up Bruno, play in Bruno. We need somebody who can just get the ball to Bruno and who doesn't dick around and lose the ball in the centre of the park and dawdle, and who can win it back for us and then give it to Bruno. That's all we really need. And of course, Rashi and Greenwood on the wings, feed these guys in. If you feed them, if you give them the service, if you give Martial the service on a plate as well, he's going to get the goals. He is. He's a good enough finisher. He's a good enough quality player to capitalise on opportunities. Not all the time. He needs to work on it and improve his numbers. But still, he's a great finisher. And I think if you give him opportunities, he will score. He didn't really get any opportunities in that Palace game. He was up there stinking it up as well, just like everybody else, because it was a stinker of a game for everyone. But he didn't really get the service required to do his job properly, I don't think. So I would like to see freedom for Bruno. I'd like to see the midfield give Bruno that freedom to be able to create for the rest of the side. It's got to be those players that we talked about starting in that game. Oh, yeah. Leon Dyer says Matic should start. Absolutely agree. Matic should be getting in there. 150 of you legends stopping in here. Smash the thumbs up button on it. I think I'm losing my voice. All this talking I'm doing every single day is mashing up my voice, lads, and that's I need to... Oh, what's going on? Either that, I'm getting the getting the Rona. I don't know. But let's have a little think about, let's have a look at some of the statistics going into this game. So, Tariq Lamptey is expected to be fit for Brighton despite limping off during the 3-0 win at Newcastle last weekend following a series of heavy challenges. So, obviously, they did win 3-0 against Newcastle the other day. It's a good win. They're currently 8th in the league. We're 15th. But obviously, we have played a game less than everybody else as well. But we are currently 15th in the league. And we're coming up against Brighton, who are 8th. They've won 1, lost 1 so far in this campaign. They won the last game 3-0 against Brighton. That's going to be a confidence booster for them. And they're at home, remember. So we'll see what goes on. And if we can get the job done, hopefully we will. Get your predictions in. So Yves Bissouma serves the second game of his 3-match suspension, so he won't be playing. Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has made 10 changes to his starting lineup for Tuesday's win at Luton, and he has no new fresh injury concerns. United's only absentees are defenders Axel Tuanzebe and Phil No Bones Jones. They're the only players that are not fit at the moment. Axel Tuanzebe and Phil No Bones Jones, because the man's got no bloody bones, so he can't play because he's too floppy at the moment. Axel Tuanzebe, he's had some sort of surgery. I think he had a pain in his foot the other day, and he's going to be out for a few weeks at least. So that's a bit of an issue, but it doesn't really matter because, like I say, we're going to be playing Bailly and Maguire in this game, or at least we bloody well should be. If Lindelof's in there, I'm going to shit the bed. In terms of how we should do against them, they did have a good game, but United are going to be like super hungry. We should be anyway. Solskjaer, I hope he got that Norwegian hairdryer out and twatted them over the head with it during the midweek in the training sessions. I hope he's been whipping them silly because they needed it after that performance. And of course, he got things wrong as well. But maybe you could argue we just had to do that. Greenwood was isolating. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was too. They couldn't play in that game, so we had to start James and Fosu Mensah. And he got it wrong. He got it wrong, absolutely, and it was shite, and the tactics were awful. But also, the players just did not turn up. These are hundreds of millions of pounds worth of players out there on the pitch. Playing that badly against Crystal Palace is not acceptable with no bloody tactics as far as I'm concerned for some of these individuals. So they all turned up cold. They were cold from the pre-season, and that probably didn't help. But now's the time. They've got to get back on track. We have to win this game. Solskjaer's got to get the 3 points in this game, otherwise it's going to go downhill pretty quick, and the pressure's going to get pretty outrageous pretty quick as well. But he needs the players from the board. They've got to get him in here. Oh, man. Anyway, head-to-head match facts right now then, lads and lasses. Manchester United have ended a run of 3 top-flight defeats in a row away to Brighton by winning this fixture 3-0 in June. So we smashed them up 3-0 in June. That's good. United are vying for a 4th successive victory against the Seagulls. So fourth win in a row it could be if we beat them. That would be nice. Brighton and Hove Albion, they've won 2 of their past 3 league games, as many as they had in their previous 17 attempts. So in terms of form, I know it has to go back into the last season as well. The fact that they've won 2 of their last 3, because they did lose the last one, so that's including a game from last season. But that's the best form that they've had in 17 attempts. So that doesn't really mean that much, but, you know, whatever. Brighton last managed back-to-back league victories in November 2019. So nearly a year ago since they actually managed to win 2 games in a row in the league. So that's good because they beat Newcastle and they haven't been able to do that since November 2019. So form-wise, you know, these are little facts that I like to look at and just maybe as indicators. The Seagulls, they've never won more than 1 of their opening 3 fixtures in a top-flight campaign, but neither have they lost both of their first 2 home fixtures in a season at that level. They have only earned 1 point from the past 5 Premier League fixtures at the Amex Stadium, while their only top-flight home win in 10 attempts this year came against Arsenal in June. So there you go. They're not good at home. They're shit at the Amex. It's a shit name for a stadium. It's a bloody credit card. It's absolutely gash-tastic. What an awful name for a stadium. I keep saying this every time we play them, but it's the shittest name for a stadium ever, really. Anyway, just to carry on. So, what is the shittest name for a stadium, actually? Get your say in there. Get it in the comments section. What do you think the worst name is? Actually, the Sports Direct, that's gash. Is that still called that? Actually, I don't know. Mike Ashley in Newcastle, everyone just calls it St. James's Park anyway. But is it actually still called the Sports Direct Arena or whatever gash it was called? That's the gashest. Anyway. They've only earned, so there you go. In terms of form, they're crap at the Amex Stadium. Hopefully we batter them up. Brighton are unbeaten in all 11 Premier League fixtures in which Neil Maupay has scored. So let's hope he doesn't get on the score sheet. Pascal Gross has provided either a goal or an assist in each of his past 4 league appearances against Manchester United. 2 of his 3 goals in this fixture were winners. Let's hope he's not bloody playing on the pitch then. The Grossmeister. Manchester United could lose their opening 2 league games in a season for the first time since 92-93 season. Crikey, the inception of the Premier League, my friends. But what happened that year, Anyway, United, so it'll be interesting. 2 league games, that would be gash. We're not going to do that. We're going to smash up Brighton. Let's stay positive. Let's stay optimistic. Stop fanning around and thinking like Brighton are going to beat us. I'm seeing all the negativity in the live chat. Brighton 2-0 and all this shit. No, it's not going to happen, guys. We're going to destroy Brighton. Get behind the team. Get behind the manager. We've got great players out there. We just need Greenwood on form. We need Martial, Rashi on form. Bruno on form. Pogba with a bit of bollocks about him. Matic doing his business. We need Lindelof nowhere near the team. We need Bayern, Maguire there. Maguire needs to step up, stop being such an Easter Island head, maybe fit some wheels to that Easter Island head to get a little bit more mobility. And we just need a good performance. De Gea needs to perform. We need to have a good game, but we're going to smash up Brighton. This is Manchester United, everyone, and we're coming up against shit in the Seagulls. We're going to absolutely give them that hot chip and choke them to death, lads. And then we're going to do it again on the Tuesday night in the League Cup, because that's how we roll. That's how United roll. Anyway, I'm trying to be cocky and confident for a reason. It's to paint paper over the fact that we're actually really shit at the moment. And we looked cash against Crystal Palace. So I hope that we have got great players. I hope that we can just do the business and get the job done. Anyway, United, as I say, won 4 successive Premier League away matches by an aggregate score of 10-0. So what does that say? Hang on. United have won 4 successive Premier League away matches by an aggregate score of 10-0. They were the most recent Premier League side to earn 5 consecutive away victories without conceding a goal. Sick. The Red Devils are unbeaten in 7 Premier League away matches since a 2-0 defeat at Liverpool on the 19th of January. I'll say that again. The Red Devils are unbeaten in 7 Premier League away matches since a 2-0 defeat at Liverpool on 19th of January. 5 wins and 2 draws. So that bodes pretty well. On the road, we've been pretty damn good form going into last season anyway. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Graham Potter were opposition players when Manchester United were beaten 6-3 by Southampton at the Dell in the Premier League in October 1996. Who remembers that? They both came on as a substitute in that game. Very interesting. So there's just a few little head-to-head stats and interesting information leading up to the game. I still think the United are more than capable of getting the job done and beating them, well, at the Amex. Away from home, as long as Solskjaer selects a good strong team, like one that we put out there on the screen. I'll just pop it up for anybody who's just getting in here right now. That's the team that I think he's going to put out. Me personally, I would put out exactly the same team, apart from Donny van der Beek instead of Pogba. I think Pogba had a stinker game the other day and did not look good. He looked like an absolute just mess in the centre of the park, giving the ball away. Dordin didn't look up to it at all. He was recovering from the Rona though, so you have to give him that. But even so, he needs to step up and man up if he's going to play. I think Solskjaer's going to select him because he's Paul Pogba. That's what I think. It should be Donny though. That's what I think anyway. It might not be anything like that. Knowing Solskjaer, he'll probably select Lindelof, McTominay and Fred or something like that in the centre of the park. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? All right then, lads and lasses, so I'm going to get that off the screen then, and then we're going to have a little bit of a back and forth. Give me your predictions, give me your opinions. Who do you think should start? Who do you think should start in the midfield? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think Donny should be starting in this game. Oh yeah, my voice is gone, hasn't it? Bloody hell. AK, how you doing, AK? He comments, we pay 80 million for Maguire. What's he done for us? What's he done for us lately? I don't know, AK, to be honest. He's done nought. He's just been an £80 million dead weight, like an anchor, in the centre-back position. Abbas Hassani, how are you doing, my friend? Paul van der Beek, what's going down? Floating Man, what's Floating Man said? Floating Man says, make sure you're on the toilet when the team sheet is out. That's right, so you don't shit the bed. I see what you're saying. Benson Finisterre sticks a 1 in there. Great name. How you doing, Benson? Jimmy Leo thinks it's going to be Man United 1, Brighton 3. You what? No, Jimmy Leo, we're going to destroy them, man. Unless you think it's going to be the same result as the Crystal Palace game. That would be awful. Strip Bear comes in and says, didn't Maguire keep your drinks cold as fridges too? If only he could do that, then he might have a use. Aaron Homeyard. How you doing, Aaron? He says, Donny should start. Yeah, I think most people do think Donny should start. Jazzman says, get some vocal zone for voice. Thanks, mate. JP says, Kayam, you said it was your sister that played Candy Crush. I knew it was you. Mark Food says, Donny, then fill in the blank, simples. So everybody voted earlier on when we had a cheeky little vote at the start of this video. I said, smash a 1 in the live chat if you want Donny to be playing in this game instead of Pogba. And there was about 1 or 2 people that put a 2, and everybody else put Donny, because everybody wants to see Donny van der Beek at the moment. He's actually looked like one of the better players in the United's team in the last few games anyway. 21 Nick P says, I'm a fan of Fred, to be honest. Yeah, I like him as a squad player. And actually, he's quite industrious. And he never has a game like Paul Pogba, I don't think, where he just looks like he's dawdling around and not really on it. Fred's always buzzing around, busy, busy, busy. So I think, yeah. Casper Romine comments, I put £200 on Brighton win. Am I a prat now? I mean, that's a lot of money, my friend, to put on Brighton beating Manchester United, to be fair. So I think you've had a mare, son. But personally, you know, you never know. You might be right. I mean, people would have said the same thing to you if you put 200 on Crystal Palace beating United. But I don't know. Jeanette Pugh, how are you doing? Kayam, how are you? Addicted to Candy Crush. Matt Rush, thank you, matey. He says, smash a like for the pig. Yeah, if you're just tuning in right now and you haven't done so already, smash the thumbs up button on the video, lads and lasses. That would be sick of you, and that will help boost this up the old YouTube beanstalk, so to speak. Thank you very much. Kyan Abana Hashem comments, Pogba should have played against Luton to get good game time and back in the shape, and then Van der Beek could play against Brighton. Good shout, Kyan. Good shout, Kyan. It's an interesting one. I mean, I do think that we should have played stronger team against Luton. I know we selected a lot of different players, 10 changes, and I do think we should have had a few more first teamers in there just to give them a bit more game time. People like Bruno should have maybe got a few more minutes. I think that would have been better, but that's just my opinion, though. Obviously, we ultimately won the game. If everybody's ready and fresh and actually bang on it in this game, then we should be able to do it. I mean, the facts are the facts. Look at Crystal Palace's front line and Crystal Palace's team in general. You know why they beat us in the first game of the season? It's not because they've got better players than us, far from it. It's because they wanted it more. It's because they were more on it. They were more up for it. We were lacking a bit in the mental department. Everybody just seemed to sleep. And also we were lacking physically. They were just more bang on it, more prepared, whatever you want to call it, sharper. You could just see that. They were winning all the 50-50s. They were getting to every ball first, more or less. So that's why they beat us, because they seemed better prepared, better mentally set up, better motivated. All of those factors, of course. You know, some of the fault is the players, some of the fault's the tactics, the coaching staff, what we've been working on in training all week. Some of that, it's a big, massive reason why Man United had a stinker in that game. So there's no one reason for it, but the players have to man up in this one. Solskjaer's got to get it right. He has to get his tactics right. And we've got to have the right balance, and we've got to create chances. We really struggled to do that against even Luton for 75 minutes of the game, and we really struggled to do it against Palace. Never mind the shite defending at the back. The actual creation from the lads up top there was pitiful. We didn't score. We didn't create anything from open play. You know, we were just gash. We were just gashing that Crystal Palace game, man. Really gash-tastic. Saeed Shah, what's going on, Saeed? He says, Mr. Pig, nothing can be expected on this bloody team. I hear you, Saeed. Yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen in this game? You're right. Who actually knows what United's going to turn up? We don't know if we're prepared or sharp enough for this at the moment at all. Clam J comments that Don Bicchioni wants to see Donny van der Beek starting in the game. AK's prediction is Brighton 2, Man United 4. Might happen. I don't think we're going to concede that many goals, you know. I really don't, because I think as long as Solskjaer makes the changes and puts Bailly and Maguire in there, Bailly's going to be fighting his heart out for that place in the side. This is his opportunity. I believe this is his opportunity to stake a claim for that number 1 starting spot. And if he stays fit, that's another thing. He can't be reckless. He can't get himself injured. He's got to hone it. He can't give away penalties, get himself sent off. He's got to be really, really careful, because he's a bit of a hothead, or a bit reckless, at least. Not really a hothead, but just a little bit crazy out there. He's a bit mad. He's not like a hothead like Pepe, but he is dangerous like Pepe in the sense that he's reckless and all over the gaff. So as long as he reins that in a bit, he could be a great starter for us this season to accompany Slabby Maguire at the centre-back position for us. I think that sounds good. When we saw it the other day against Luton, yeah, it's only Luton, but they still broke against us very quickly and very well. And Bailly was on it, man. Bailly was on it. Whereas if that was Victor Lindelof, even against those championship players, I reckon he'd absolutely melted and folded like one of those cheap freaking IKEA cabinets that he bloody sells, probably. You know? Sean Porter says, losing's not on my menu. Come on, United. 3-0 to United. 3-0 to United. Get in there. That's the spirit, Sean. Jamie Low-Key says, Pogba is overrated. I agree. I do think he is overrated, Jamie. Like, we can't say that he's lived up to it at United, or he's been one of our best players any season really. Maybe one season is statistically he had a really good season because he created a lot of chances and he scored some penalties, and statistically he had a good season one season, but that's it. Dragged Kevlar says Pogba is overrated. McTominay, you think McTominay's overrated too? Well, McTominay's not really done a whole lot really so far in his United career. He needs to do a bit more. He's getting on in the age department. I think he's got a good future ahead of him. He's a good United character, which I like. Maybe he could go on and be a type of Darren Fletcher player for us, but at the moment he's got to step up and improve. AJ Thomas says, Pig, winning the Premier League or the Cup. I don't think United has it in them to win both the games. Hopefully we do. Hopefully we do. I hear what you're saying. If I had to prioritise one, though, it'd definitely be the league game, because we lost our first game against Palace. Yeah, the Mickey Mouse Cup is probably the most realistic trophy we can actually win this season, and it's always nice to win the Mickey Mouse Cup, but it's not really a proper trophy. We need to focus on the league, and if we started this league season whilst losing the first two games and accruing 0 points from them, we would be under so much pressure. It would be shit, and all the Ollie Out Brigade prats would come out the woodwork again, and who knows if the Glazers are going to want to back the manager, and maybe they'll panic buy a couple of, it's just going to put a cat amongst the pigeons if we lose that game. So we need to make sure we smash up Brighton. By the way, there's almost 200 of you watching this stream tonight. Thank you for tuning in for the preview. We've got over 100 likes on the vid as well. Shout out to all you likers out there, the Like Brigade, the Bacon Brigade. Appreciate you all for tuning in to Flying Pig United tonight. If you haven't done so, smash that like button, lads and lasses. Right, bit of a Q&A time then. We've gone over the team. We've gone over the predictions. Solskjaer obviously had a press conference today. He said a few things in regards to transfers. He was pretty close to his chest on that. He said a few things about maybe hints of players that we're going to be seeing in regards to like Donny, in regards to Smalling potentially. He said Smalling, he doesn't know what's going on with Smalling at the moment basically. And he also said about Bailly that he's pretty much looking forward to seeing Bailly stay fit and feature in this side this season. And of course Twanzebe as well as another player in the future that you could see come in once he's back from fitness too. So we do have options at centre back, just none of them are all that good at this moment in time. But hopefully the Bailly one can be. Rick O'Neill, hello Rick O'Neill. He says we need Sancho or we're foot. Let's face it, Pig. Right, Rick O'Neill, I agree, mate. Yes, we do need a big boost like that right now. It would be just a big statement of intent. It would give all the players a lift to have a player like that around. We talked about what players like each other. And Sancho and Rashford, they've been talking about how each other is the best player in the world and all this stuff, or the best player that they've ever played with these last couple of weeks. That's what they both said about each other these last couple of weeks. So look, there's all the right moves there. If we got Sancho in there, I think he'd just fit into what we're doing here. He'd fit with Rashi and Greenwood and, all the similar sort of younger English players as well. He'd fit in really well with them and all the other players in the side as well. But it does help that he's homegrown. So I think he's just a no-brainer. Yes, it's a huge amount of money, but what a boost, what a lift that would give you to get him through the door. It'd be sick. It'd be so good. And then, yeah, okay, we can worry about centre-back in January, I guess, at a push. As long as we finish this window and we'd signed Telles and we'd signed Sancho and we'd signed Donny van der Beek, I think we'd all take that. We'd be like, yeah, okay, after the shite window we had where it looked like maybe we were not getting anybody and we were getting... our negotiators were just completely dropping the ball left, right and centre and we're getting done to deals, Nathan Ake going to City or whoever it may be, Reguilon going to Spurs, and we're just getting done left, right and centre. I think if we finish the window with those three players, we'd all be happy. What do you guys think? I know we need a centre-back, but what do you guys think? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that would be good enough for this window. Sancho, Telles, Van der Beek. Is that good enough? Smash a 1 if you think it is good enough. Showbas Pachacam, hello to you, matey. He says we still don't have anything happening in the transfer market. Well, no, nothing concrete right now. We're still negotiating with Porto for Telles, and of course, hopefully, we'll be negotiating with Dortmund for Sancho. At this moment in time, that's it. JP comments, Lingard can nutmeg a tin of beans. Beans. Griffo Chow says, shit, there is one unpaid invoice on the site. What does that mean? On our website. Crikey, I'll have to pay it then, Griffo. Thank you for publicly putting it on here like I can't pay my bills, mate. Appreciate that, dude. No, I definitely saw that out, mate. I'm not sure. I've got a new credit card. It might be to do with that. Not credit card, debit card. Wakas Akram, Showbus Pachacam, Edward Lamptey. Nice one. He says, yep, married to Paul Pogba, but all you lot's mum's my side piece. Oh, spicy, Edward Lamptey. Steve Nichols says, Fuchs, Sancho, we have Greenwood who will be better. We need to concentrate on the back. The thing is, what I like about Greenwood, though, is I think he's going to be the number 9 of United in the future. I think he's going to surpass and overtake potentially Tony Martial. It's great to have them both around, of course. But I think his finishing ability, with the fact that he's got natural ability for days and his both-footedness, I think really owes to the fact that he could be a great number 9. Really great number 9. Solskjaer said it himself recently. He said that he could be a fantastic number 9. He's got everything needed to be a number 9. He's got the pace, he's got the vision, he's got the technique, he's got the finishing ability, the natural ability. He just needs to work on the heading and the physicality. That's all that Solskjaer said. So I agree with him. I think he's tailor-made to be a number 9. Yeah, he can play right wing as well, and he's been doing that brilliantly. So that's amazing. But actually, I think long term, Greenwood should be in 5 years' time United's number 9. We'll see. Obviously, it's got to play out that way. Mark Voot says, I'll take that, Piggy. Yeah, look at all these 1 votes coming in here. Most people would take it. Jonathan Gallagher, no. Thinks no. We probably needed to get that centre-back in there. But I think most people would take that window if we ended with Sancho, Telles and Van der Beek. We'd strengthen, yeah. And maybe we got Smalling back in the bloody mix. And maybe we got Bailly and Maguire cementing the partnership. And then you never know. Then we could do some bits. But we still need to have that boost. Like, that's very important that for this team and the competition of the team and the overall depth of the team in all these competitions that we get these players in. Luke Shaw needs competition. He's gonna be, resting on his laurels. If not, he's also going to be in and out the side with injury. We need to get Telles in to give him competition. Also gives us depth over on the right-hand side then, because then Brandon Williams can deputise for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. If you get a right winger in Jadon Sancho, that means that Greenwood can deputise for right wing, striker and left wing and everywhere. So it just gives you depth immediately. Benson Finisterre says, we need Sancho so we can put Greenwood to strike. Yeah, there you go. I agree fully with that. Exactly. I think Greenwood at striker is his natural progression. At the moment, he's obviously playing where we need him most, which is right wing. But in the future, he should absolutely be playing striker, I think. Jeanette Pugh says, negotiating my arse. United wobbled the last week of the transfer window. Sounds like my arse, Jeanette, but no. Yeah, United will wobble last day of the window. It will be probably a little slapdash from us. I think we'll go in there. I think we'll go in with a cheeky bid for Sancho, just probably not good enough, and they might knock us back, and then we might panic and get somebody else last day of the window or something like that in that position. And if that happens, we should try and get a centre-back too. Edward Lamptey says, JP, why are you mad? Why are you mad, bro? Callum says, Yo, Pig, do you actually think we'll get Sancho? I'm 50-50, my friend. 50-50. I wouldn't want to give you a more bigger number than that. I'm just 50-50 on it. I'm really not convinced that we can. Is anybody else's live chat just absolutely melted? My live chat's just absolutely melted on me. Let me give it a refreshment. But yeah, thank you guys for getting in here. Still over 200 of you legends in here. Smash that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get the target of 150 likes on the video then. That'd be absolutely sick. But yeah, my live chat's melted. Let me go on here and see if it's working on here. So it's working on here. Good stuff. Griffo Chaz says, Pig sitting on the Sancho fence. Well, if we're looking at the bookmakers, then it's most likely that he stays at Dortmund. But I'm just a little bit more optimistic than that. But I would be foolish and I wouldn't want to mislead anybody if I said that I think we're really actually going to get Sancho. I still think it's probably more like 40% we get him. But I'm still going 50%. Showbass Patchicam says, should we all get loan deals rather than trying to buy at least? What's going on with the bloody live chat, guys? Oh dear, yeah, calm down, guys. What's this argument that's going on between JP and somebody else in the live chat here? You guys need to calm the hell down. Edward Lamptey, yeah, JP, chill out, bro. Both of you need to calm down, all right? Just take a chill. Both of you need to calm down. Nice one, guys. Yeah, that's what you get for getting too aggy in the live chat. You're going to get timed out, lads and lasses. Go and visit Mesh, go and chill out a little bit, and you can come back in a few minutes. Anyway, let's get in there with all the non-aggressive people in the live chat. Who is in here and who wants to ask me anything? For some reason, my live chat just is not loading, though. Hayden Alessandro says, all good now. Nice one. For fuck's sake. Yeah, Jeanette Pugh, exactly. We don't need that crap on this channel, do we? Mom jokes on a footy channel. JP, Kayam, who else? Who else is at fault here? Jamie Loki, Edward Lamptey, sort yourselves out. Sort yourselves out. JP says, am I here? Yeah, you're still just about. Premont says, what's for dinner tonight? Only because I haven't necessarily seen what you wrote, JP. You probably deserved that response from Edward there, knowing you. Anyway, Premont says, what's for dinner tonight, Pigsy? Not sure, mate. I womped down a Cornish pasty before I did this show. That's all I've eaten today, really. So I don't know what I'm really going to have tonight, but that's probably going to be it. Fernando Villa says, I think we should get Zlatan back. Joke. Well, I would love to get Zlatan back at the club. I'm not going to lie. I think he would probably score you more goals than Martial at this moment in time if you stuck him up there. Don't want to say anything bad about Martial. I think he's got to step up and do the goals for us, to get the goals for us this season and progress. But actually, I do think Zlatan's just still more of a goal scorer, in my opinion. Showbaz says, should we get loan deals rather than trying to buy at last moment of the window? If we cannot sign anyone, thoughts? It's not something United generally do, but absolutely, if there were good loan players available, like there was some speculation about Ousmane Dembele being available for loan from Barca, but I don't know if that's legit, but something like that. Yeah, if Sancho wasn't available, then maybe we should try and go and get a loan deal for a player, because what's the worst that can happen with a loan? If you need some bods in, then that would definitely help out, won't it? Matty Rush comments, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Matt Rush. Yeah, if you're new to this show, smash that subscribe button, click a sub on it, click the bell icon to be notified when we go live. We'll be doing a transfer show later on tonight with another update of what's going on, if there is any news to update anyway. So keep a lookout for that around about 9:30 p.m, 10ish tonight. And also, because I've got to get my dinner and stuff down me and all that kind of stuff and chill. But also, tomorrow we'll be doing the watch along for the Brighton game, so make sure you come back on the channel and watch that along with us as well. Daz Reynolds says, Pig, what's your prediction for tomorrow, please? My prediction, Daz, is 2-1 to United. Martial and Bruno getting on the score sheet. That's what I'm going for. What do you think, Daz? What do you guys think? Get your predictions in finally if you haven't done so already. Kigozi Jonathan says, you need a new hair trim, bitch. No hope on Sancho. Good one, Kigozi. Yeah. Oh, yeah. To be honest with you, Kigozi, I would say you're probably a mess up, my friend. If you come in here talking about my hair, you're probably a mess up, lad. We are going to get Sancho. What are you, some bitter Dortmund fan or something? Bitter that you're clearly the second best team in Germany and never will be anything more than that? Yeah, that's right. Thorvin says, justice for JP. The United way. How you doing, man? Mark Voot, Ellie well defended, unlike Lindelflop. Oh, he got mesh for it. Oh, dear. Ellie's meshing somebody. Fair play. No. Don't call names to people, Ellie. No moderators call people names. No. Not good. Jonathan Gallagher with the face emoji there. Showbas Pachikam, Kayam getting those wild pig emojis in. Ellie, Daz, when I was down up you, Opie Dragon. I think this is taking a sour turn, guys. So I think I'll wrap this one up now anyway, lads and lasses. We're coming back on later to do the 9:30 show for the transfers and stuff like that. So, yeah, get your predictions in after this video is finished as well. Let me know your thoughts on what you think is going to happen, obviously, in the game, and get your team selections in too. Come back afterwards and get your starting 11s in. You've seen my starting 11. Well, actually, my starting 11 is different. I'll just show it quickly again. This is what I think Ollie's going to play. I think I would put Donny van der Beek there instead of Pogba, so that would be my starting 11. Get your starting 11s in there, lads and lasses. Much respect to you all for tuning in and stopping by. Tala Yakub says, you do bits, bro, and we appreciate you. F everyone who disrespects you. Thank you, Tala. I don't even know if there was anybody necessarily disrespecting me, maybe one twat, but there was a bunch of people disrespecting each other in the live chat, and that's not tolerated in this community either. Get along or get out is my message as far as I'm concerned. Who wants that shit on a football live chat? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, there you go. My starting 11, Daz, I just popped it up on the screen there, matey. Aniket Mohan, he says, do you think Williams plays? No, I don't think so. I think he starts on the bench, Aniket. Samuel and Jenga says, so as to win tomorrow, we need to score early goals and have a solid defence. Whoever plays as keeper needs to step up tomorrow and stop any ball from going in. Absolutely. I think it will be De Gea starting, but you never know. It might be Henderson. But yeah, you're right. He's got to have a good game, whoever it is. Big God Bob, shout out to you, my friend. Ryan Burbspin 9. Jason Aberdeen. Kayam says, I'm going back to playing Candy Crush till 9:30. Enjoy, Kayam. What level are you on, Kayam? Legitimately, what level are you on? Tell me. Edward Lamptey, I think I quit about 126. I couldn't be asked with it anymore. Edward Lamptey says, long before you've been a mod. Jeanette Pugh says, you're the man. Thank you, Jeanette. Mr. Cialek, do you like any other sports? I do, mate. My favourite other sports probably MMA, boxing, snooker, golf, women's volleyball, beach volleyball, you know, the usual. Thank you, Showbus Patrick Cam, much appreciated. Jonathan Gallagher, have a good one. Jamie Loki Jones, don't know what happened, Jamie, to be honest, mate, I don't know. Kayam, I'll have a look back. JP, OP Dragon, Primot, JP, Daz Reynolds, Mark Food, Kayam, Ellie, and everybody else. Nice one. Okay, we're going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for watching this preview. Come back in a few minutes. Get your thoughts and predictions in. Get your team selections in the not live comments. And play nice, people, as well. Okay, I'll see you later on at 9:30 for the, around about 9:30 for the evening transfer roundup show. Be there or be an absolute David Moisey Ginger Goblin milk bag. I'll see you around about 9:30, folks. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and smash the bell icon to be notified when we post live on this channel. And as I say, everybody come back in a few minutes and get your thoughts and predictions and all that good stuff in the not live comments. All right then, lads and lasses, the normal one, have a good one. He thinks it's going to be 2-1. The next League Cup match is Tuesday, Daz Reynolds against Brighton again. Kayam, have a cracker. Ellie, have a good one. Kayam Banner Hashem, Jason Aberdeen, Jeanette Pugh, the normal one. Ryan Burbsman 9, ZZ, big up to you too. JP, shout out, Primot, Showbas, Kayam, OP Dragon, Aaron Homer, Vincent Bullock, JP, Kayam Banner Hashem, and everybody else. Mark Voot, see you all later. Thanks for watching the preview. Come back, get your predictions in, and I'll see you later on. Thanks for watching. Nice one, legends. Yeah, laters, BB. Thank you, Primot. Paul Vanderbeek, have a cracking evening, mate. See you later on. James as well. Bye, James. Primot, the United Way, have a cracking evening. Jamie Loki Jones, nice one. No, that's right. You can't like everyone. But I tell you what, if you don't like each other, just block each other and don't insult each other. That's probably the best thing to do then, isn't it? Yeah, it is. All right then, guys. This is the Patreon credits to say thank you to everybody, because now we're talking about that rather than actually talking about the vid, so it's not good, is it? But anyway, now this is the Patreon credits to say thank you to all the patrons and all the channel members and stuff that support this channel. Tier 2 channel members appear on this list also, as well as patrons. Shout out, we've got to add a few more. You know who you are. You will be added soon. Thank you, everybody who supports this show. Best way you can support it is smashing that like button. Smash the like on it, lads and lasses, if you haven't done so, and come back in a few minutes time with your thoughts and comments. Tonk Nash, Steve Nichols, Big God Bob, 11 Ken, the normal one, Ellie, Mark Vu, everybody have a cracking evening. I'll see you soon. Jonathan Gallagher, stay close.